Hi, this is Israel Anderson. Welcome to the very first IA report. I've been tossing this idea around for the last few years and thought I would finally get something out there for you to try to summarize what is going on in the world. And not just politics, although today's one is, but we're going to look at a lot of different things in the sciences and geography and all kinds of interesting things. And let's start off today with looking at a prediction. So I make predictions from time to time. It's kind of something that I enjoy doing. And here's one that I made October 21st. You can see the Facebook post there. Prediction: at least one, but maybe as many as three high-profile Democrats are about to stab Clinton in the back and withdraw support, perhaps as going as far as endorsing Donald Trump before November 8. So, October 21st, it is now November 4th, and Doug Schoen, Democratic analyst knowing the Clintons since 1994, very close friend of Bill, says, "I am now convinced that we will be facing the very real possibility of a constitutional crisis with many dimensions and deleterious consequences should Secretary Clinton win the election." Let's take a little video clip that he did on Fox News where he explains this in a little bit greater detail.
I want to get your focus now.
Yeah.
Just put you in the tractor beam. What is your reaction to the FBI reopening its case?
As you know, I have been a supporter of Secretary Clinton.
We all know, yes.
Right, you do know. But, and the but is a big deal, at least to me. Given that this investigation is going to go on for many months after the election.
No matter who wins.
No matter who wins, but if the Secretary of State wins, we will have a president under criminal investigation with Huma Abedin under investigation, the Secretary of State, the President-elect, should she win, under investigation, Harris. Under these circumstances, I am actively reassessing my support. I'm not a Trump...
Whoa, wait a minute.
Right.
You're not going to vote for Hillary Clinton?
Harris, I'm deeply concerned that we will have a constitutional crisis if she's elected.
Wow.
I want to learn more this week, see what we see. But as of today, I am not a supporter of the Secretary of State for the nation's highest office.
How long have you known the Clintons, Doug?
I've known the Clintons since '94.
Wow.
Okay. Now, I did say between 1 and 3, so let's take a look now at number 2. That's right, there's actually been 2 high-profile Democrats that have now come out against Hillary Clinton. This is Cesar Vegas. He's an illegal alien. He is an attorney. He is a Democratic analyst and activist, and he really believes in pushing the DREAM Act. He said, "It took me a long time to write this. I had to dig deep into my being to come up with these words. I am recanting my endorsement of Hillary Clinton for the presidency." Now, if you want to look at the longer version of this, you can find that over in, of all places, the Huffington Post. And he has a very long piece there, which I encourage you to go and take a look at. Now, neither of these people have gone out and endorsed Donald Trump. Now, let's take a look at another prediction. September 23, this is before anything happened. I predicted the government agencies, the alphabet soup there, have all left Hillary Clinton alone because they expected her to be the next president. As it becomes more and more apparent that Clinton is going to lose the election, these agencies will become emboldened and will become more serious about investigating Clinton. Now, that was before James Comey sent that letter to Democratic and Republican members of Congress. We read it here just briefly. "This morning, I sent a letter to Congress in connection with the Secretary Clinton email investigation. Yesterday, the investigative team briefed me on their recommendation with respect to seeking access to emails that have recently been found in an unrelated case. Because those emails appear to be pertinent to our investigation, I agreed that we should take appropriate steps to obtain and review them." You know, this is a very, very large change of events. The FBI was looking at this a year ago. They had satisfied the American public that the investigation was over, but actually they had continued that investigation in the background and just hadn't told a whole lot of people. And then all of a sudden new evidence was found, and of all places, in the laptop of Weiner. How funny. So I made a little image. You might want to go and find that on my Facebook wall. I think that James Comey is a patriot for what he is doing right now. He's put his entire life at risk right now. We're very aware of just what can happen if you try to double cross the Clintons. And in fact, in an interview that Nancy Pelosi gave CNN just last night, she said that he is not right for the job and that we should watch to see who the casualties might be going forward. Very ominous. But the investigation did not stop there. Actually, the Dallas IRS office has been also investigating the Clinton Foundation. And they said a quiet review is underway that has direct ties to the raging presidential election. The local branch of the IRS's Tax-Exempt and Government Entities Division is reviewing the tax status of the Bill, Hillary, and Chelsea Clinton Foundation. That email server just won't go away. So we all know at this point that Hillary Clinton wiped her server. In fact, she was asked during one of the congressional hearings, did you wipe your server? And unbelievably, this is how she replied. Like with a cloth or something? Now, I mean, that seems incredibly ridiculous, but actually she used a product to wipe the server's hard drive from a company called BleachBit. And BleachBit is now actually selling a microfiber cloth to mock Hillary Clinton, which is real. You can buy it today right off their website. Look at that. And they will even autograph it for you if you so choose. So if you're interested in a bit of real satire and parody there, you might want to get along to BleachBit's website and get yourself one of those amazing, probably historic microfiber cloths. Clearly, we know that BleachBit is no fan of Hillary Clinton. Now, on every episode, up until the election anyway, we're going to be looking at the polls. Let's take a look at yesterday's polls. Now, I picked these polls very intentionally, and we're actually going to add a lot more data to the next episodes, but today let's just stick with this. Rasmussen and IBD are the number 1 and number 2 most accurate polls of the 2012 election. And I choose the LA Times poll because from my own intuition on what's going on with this election, they have absolutely been the closest by far. Now, that's what happened yesterday. Rasmussen showed Donald Trump, obviously in Republican red, 45 to Hillary Clinton's 43. IBD had them tied at 44. The LA Times showed a 5-point lead for Donald Trump. And let's take a look at today's polls. We see that's changed a little. So now we find that both Rasmussen and IBD have Hillary and Trump tied, all at 44%. The LA Times still has Trump leading, but he's lost a point. So he is now at 47 versus Hillary Clinton's 43. Now, I'm going to get more into the details of polling in further episodes, but let me just raise this. I believe that all of the polls are approximately skewed towards Democrats about 5 to 6 points. So 5 to 6 points in favor of Hillary Clinton. One of the reasons I believe this is simply my experience in the polls from many elections in the past, but also Donald Trump is bringing out people to vote that have never voted before, that have not voted in the last 2 elections. And the only people that are being polled in those polls that we just looked at are likely voters. Now, likely voters is actually a technical term. It's used across all polling agencies. A likely voter is a person that voted in both the 2 previous presidential elections. What we're seeing right now is a great many people are coming out for Donald Trump that have never participated in the election process before. I'm sure you've run into countless stories where that is the case. So I do believe it is approximate that the polls are favoring Clinton by 5 to 6 points right now. If we factored that into the polls we just looked at, it's a very clear landslide victory to Donald Trump. We'll just have to see what happens on November 9, the day after voting day. Please, if you're voting for Donald Trump, please remember to get out and vote. If you're voting for Hillary Clinton, Please remember, it's a holiday and you should stay in bed and sleep all day. It'll be very important for you. I hope you've enjoyed this first beta release of the IA report. My name is Israel Anderson, and I look forward to seeing you on tomorrow's IA report. Have an awesome day. Bye-bye.